Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to 2024. I'm sure this year is going to be absolutely massive for Warhammer 40,000, and today's video, I'm basically going to give you my hopes, my thoughts, my predictions, of course, sprinkled with some rumours on top of it, because I think this year, potentially, could be one of the biggest yet. So let's jump in and let's get waffling. Now let's start, of course, with the first big Warhammer 40,000 release of this year, and that is going to be the Dark Angels. Now we've mostly seen all the range of the Dark Angels. We've saw the Inner Circle Companions, we've seen Deathwing, we've seen the new Asmodai, we've seen the new Belial. Now I personally think there may be one last tease on the radar for the Dark Angel range. Ages and ages and ages ago, when I was hearing about a brand new Belial, new Deathwing, when I heard about these new, well, what we found out were Inner Circle Companions, I also heard a rumor about potentially a new Librarian for the Dark Angels as well. Now, this information wasn't clear, it wasn't really built upon, and that kind of faded away when everything else was more like pushed to the front, and, you know, we ended up seeing the new Belial and the new Deathwing Knights and stuff like that. But I still think there is something out there, and potentially, I think the Librarian model could be either just a generic Dark Angel Librarian, or it could be Ezekiel himself, because it seems very, very odd that they've pushed characters out like Asmodai, like Belial, but one of the most well-known librarians, not only in the Dark Angels, but in the setting itself, Ezekiel, has been kind of left outside in the rain. It makes sense with like Samuel and stuff like that, because Samuel will probably come with a brand new range refresh when the Raven Wing eventually gets its love. But Ezekiel, I think Ezekiel could fit into this launch of the new Dark Angels refresh at the start of the year. So hopefully, fingers crossed, there is still one last nice character model coming for you Dark Angels at the start of this year. Now, before we move on to the next 40k big armies and stuff like that, like the Orcs, the Custodes, Chaos Space Marines, I just want to briefly just stop and talk about another game system, which is still Warhammer 40,000, and that is Kill Team, because we briefly saw the brand new Kill Team, which is going to be Night Lords, and they're going to be fighting, according to the rumors, they're going to be fighting Dark Eldar. Now, the Dark Eldar units are supposed to be brand new Mandrakes, but we have yet to see them. They only shown off the Night Lord part of it. I have no idea why. Maybe they just want to get that hype going and keep it going. If we do see the Mandrakes, I do think it is going to be this month in January at LVO, which is happening towards the end of the month. I think it's the 17th, 18th, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, GW always do a big preview show there. And I definitely think Kill Team is going to be on the cards. Maybe they'll show like the next Kill Team boxes off, not just like this other half of it. I do have a prediction that Genstealer Colts will probably be a part of the next Kill Team. I have heard rumors that Votann are going to be somewhere in a new Kill Team box as well. I don't know if it's going to be the next box, or maybe the next box. I've literally no idea. I've just heard that Votann are supposed to be part of a Kill Team box, but I just don't know which one that is. So my predictions is going to be Genstealer Colts will be getting a box in Kill Team, and Votann will be getting a box in Kill Team sometime in the far future. Now, after the big Dark Angel release, which is supposed to be coming January and February, because that big Deathwing Assault box set is supposed to be going on pre-order before the main launch of the Dark Eldar range, which will be happening spring, but around springtime, there's so many books, there's so many new models are supposed to be dropping. Orcs, Chaos, Tau, etc. Well, Adeptus Custodes and stuff. I personally think after the Dark Angel stuff, it is going to be Tau, just because of all the sheer awesomeness which is supposed to be coming with the Tau. Today, as I've been recording this video, they've just confirmed a brand new Tau Ethereal. And again, that was one of the whispers in the warp. Tau were going to get a brand new Ethereal model. People are telling me, well, it's this character Valrak, it's this amazing thing. I don't really know. I'm so sorry. I don't really follow the Tau. I don't really indulge in their lore that much. All I know is that they're filthy Xenos, and they need to be purged by the glorious Imperium. But beside that, what I have been hearing and what I do predict that's going to be happening for the Tau this edition is that they're going to be getting a bunch of new crew models. The whispers have been saying that. We've already seen hints, trailers and previews and stuff on Games Workshop themselves that have been hinting that, and apparently it's supposed to be coming in a big box set, just like the Deathwing Assault box set was supposed to be getting a full-on crew box set, which sounds absolutely amazing, because for how much I dislike the Tau and their ideologies and stuff like that, I absolutely love the crew. They're one of my favorite Xenos races beside the Orcs themselves. They just look cool. They have cool weapons. They ride dinosaurs. That's probably going to be some of the new, well, not dinosaurs, like, well, they do. Whatever they are, like big chicken things, whatever they got big beaks and stuff like that. They scare me, right? That's how awesome they are. But they're an amazing race, and I can't wait for them to get more love as part of the brand new Tau launch happening in spring as well. I really do think that this launch will go down fantastically well, not only with Tau players, but Tau players who just want a little bit of a change from like having mech suits and gun lines everywhere like that, like a full-on crew cavalry charge. Why the hell not? And quickly just bouncing away from 40k again, because this is something I want to talk about. I hope we get something new for Warhammer 40,000 in terms of like a Blackstone Fortress game. Maybe Space Hulk revisited, maybe Space Hulk updated for Warhammer 40,000, because let's face it, you have the models now, Games Workshop. You have the brand new Terminator models, you have the brand new Genestealer models and stuff like that. Why not make a brand new updated version of Space Hulk? Space Hulk is probably one of the most popular board games Games Workshop have ever made, and every time it goes up on sale, it sells out. Instantly just goes boom, out of the door. People love that board game. I love that board game. Space Hulk is so iconic. Terminators, Genestealers fighting down narrow pathways, slaughtering each other. It's such an awesome thing. But again, maybe if it's not Space Hulk, maybe something like Blackstone Fortress, again, where it's just a new board game filled with new characters. It doesn't have to be Imperium. It could be other races, maybe Orcs or something like that. But I just like another board game brought out by Games Workshop. Now back to the 40k stuff, and again, this is a mix of what the hell's going to happen in terms of release date. Orcs, Chaos Space Marine Custodes, they're all scheduled to coming out this spring. We've already seen some of the previews already for the Orcs. It's supposed to be this massive, huge new mech suit. Like I've been told, or like it's been whispered to me, like the mech suit is probably the same size as a Redemptor Dreadnought. If that turns out to be true, that is absolutely amazing, because that is what I like to see in Orc mech suits. Like, I'm the Dreadnought right now, right? That's what I bloody want when it comes to the Orcs. Hopefully, a bunch of new Orc lore as well. Gazskull is the king of the Orcs at this point, right? He is the beast that is growing. We need to see the Orcs striking not only at the Imperium, but everyone else around them. I want my Orc empire. I do. I want to see the Orcs really taking the Imperium by the scruff of the neck and shaking them because of all the disaster that has been happening with the Imperium with the Great Rift. It's the perfect time now for the Orcs to strike and take advantage of all the just mayhem that's going on in the galaxy. So hopefully we get some awesome things with them. As for Chaos Space Marines themselves, again, I've done a video on this previously, just a couple of days ago really, about Chaos Space Marines and then potentially getting some new models. One of them was a brand new Jump Pack Lord. Apparently there's going to be a brand new box set for Chaos Space Marines, not filled with new models, except apparently for a brand new Chaos Lord. That Chaos Lord, he's supposed to have like a little bit of a look of the Blackstone Fortress Chaos Lord. I don't know how he's supposed to look like. Is it going to be like a Terminator-esque like Lord? Is it just going to be like a normal, you know, Mark 4, 5, bloody Lord, whatever, like Chaos armor and stuff like that? My guess is as good as yours at this point. Also, we've heard rumors about Chaos bikes. I would love Chaos bikes to happen for Chaos in spring. How long have we been waiting for bloody Chaos bikes? But I also want some big characters as well. returning for Chaos to get new models. For example, Huron Blackheart, right? Where the hell is the new Huron Blackheart model, Games Workshop? This is one of the most legendary characters that you've ever made. The Badab War and stuff like that. They actually just released their pre-order article the other day, and it had the old model of Huron Blackheart in there. And I personally think they're doing that to clear out the stock. So again, big prediction on my part, right? In this edition, I think we're going to get a brand new Huron Blackheart model. And for me, I can't wait. Red Corsairs are one of the coolest warbands out there for Chaos, and Huron is one of the coolest leaders on the Chaos side at this moment in time. So hopefully, big things coming, big things happening with Chaos as well. And lastly, talking about spring releases, is the Adeptus Custodes. I know a lot of people have been wanting new plastic tanks and stuff for the Adeptus Custodes. Personally, I don't see that happening for a long time. They've already teased what the new model is, and it looks like a brand new HQ option, which has a melter spear. And that goes, of course, along with the rumours that I've been hearing. Apparently, that is going to be part of, again, another big box set coming out for that range. In that box set is supposed to be like an army in a box set, but then again, a Custode army is an army in a box set no matter what you do, because of how few models you need for a Custode army. But if I get more information about that, I'll definitely do a video, because I am hearing that that box set is supposed to be having a lot of hype followed with it. And apart from that, really, that's the spring stuff done, unless it's going to be like narrative books and campaign books coming out, which they may do, because don't forget, we are getting like the first big narrative book at the start of this year, which is supposed to be between the Necrons and the Imperium in the Pariah Nexus. Last time we heard about that in the White Dwarf anyway, the Silent King was there, Gilliman was supposed to be going there, so are we going to get like a Gilliman versus Silent King scenario at the start of this year, January, and stuff like that? Very, very exciting times in terms of lore, but let's see what GW actually do, and it's probably, hopefully, just not like a stalemate like they always do, like nobody wins, but everyone wins at the end of the day. Just let someone bloody win, GW. And just before we go into the spring launches, I want to say this before, but I completely forgot. I'm sorry, please, I'm making this up as I go along. Battlefleet Gothic, right? Battlefleet Gothic needs to happen this year, Games Workshop. You've just done like Legion Imperialis, which is technically like epic and stuff like that. How long have we all been waiting for a Battlefleet Gothic remake? It was supposed to have been an absolutely incredible game. I never got to play it. One of my most fandom things in this IP is Void Combat. Every time I read about Void Combat, when I play Battlefleet Gothic, the PC game and stuff like that, it's just incredible. You know, boarding ships, these kilometer like long ships, just broadsiding each other like it's old, you know, naval warfare and stuff. It's just iconic. It's just amazing. You can potentially have like the Phalanx in there, the Eternal Crusader, you know, Necron ships, or big asteroid warships, the Jakari ships, just Chaos ships, just everything, right? This is the thing. You can have all these cool, iconic ships, and I really do think this would sell well. Again, another board game for GW to think about, to put out there, which would do fantastically well, I think. Sorry, did I say spring launches? I meant summer launches, because as you can see in the background right now with the roadmap, these are the summer launches: the Genstealer Colts, the Adeptus Sororitas, Redacted. Now, we only see the first 3 of the summer launches. Now, Genstealer Colts, I don't think you got to get in like a range refresh with the Genstealer Colts at all, because technically they've already just had a big range refresh. Was it 9th edition or was it 8th edition? The motorbikes, the quads, you know, all like the mining vehicles and stuff like that. I personally think that for this launch, you're probably going to see maybe 1 or 2 HQ units. In terms of what those new HQ units can be, your guess is as good as mine. Maybe, I don't know, some like twisted kind of Broodlord, or maybe a new Broodlord model. I really, really don't know when it comes to the Genstealer Colts. Genstealer Cult players, what do you need for your range? What would you like to see for the Genstealer Colts being added, which would make them more fun to play, just more cooler to play with, absolutely on the tabletop itself? Now, one of the big codexes coming out, of course, again, is the Sisters of Battle. And just like the Genstealer Colts, I don't see much happening with these ladies as well. I do want more tanks. I am a massive fan of the Sisters of Battle getting tanks. Like, their organ tanks already are some of the coolest, if not the coolest tanks on the tabletop currently. They just look just bloody fantastic. So maybe, I don't know, like a mega church, right? Just a huge mega church, like an Australia-sized mega church organ tank. Dun, 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 dun. Like, boom. Everything just, like, evaporates around it and stuff like that. I would absolutely love to see something like that. It's probably just going to be like another Cannon S model or something like another HQ with a certain kind of loadout, which is, you know, different from what you can get right now. That is probably going to be the thing that GW puts out, but we can always hope for more absolute badass things. Now, when it comes to the Redacted Codex, we've talked about this plenty of times. I initially thought that this was going to be the big one, the Emperor's Children. And let's just talk about the Emperor's Children for a second. It is definitely coming. Fulgrim is coming, right? There's probably going to be new Noise Marines, new Lucius the Eternal, maybe a new Eidolon model, maybe new characters introduced to the Emperor's Children range, and of course the glorious Fulgrim in all his snaky form is going to be out there purging on the battlefield. But I don't think it's going to be this year. I would love it, absolute love it, to be this year. I would love it to be this Redacted Codex, but I just don't see it. The reason why I don't see it is because apparently during this summer, we're going to get a brand new version of Age of Sigmar, and in that Age of Sigmar, it's going to be the Sigmarines versus the Vermintide versus the Skaven themselves. Apparently, it's going to be an absolutely incredible launch box set. Brand new Skaven models are always welcome for me because Skaven are one of the most coolest fantasy ranges that there's ever been, and I don't see Games Workshop releasing a potential range refresh for the Emperor's Children so close to a brand new version of AOS. It's just competing with each other, people's money. I don't see them doing that at all. What I do think that this Redacted Codex is going to be is it's going to be Agents of the Imperium. I do think we're going to get some new models with this. Inquisitor Cortez, I'm sorry, I always say his name wrong. I do definitely think he's going to receive a brand new model. He's been mentioned in the lore now a lot of times, recent new lore, you know, the Arcs of Omen Lion, he literally activated all his agents. He's a Lord Inquisitor, so I personally do see him getting a brand new model. We may just get like some generic Inquisitor models, maybe some Stormtrooper models, maybe upgrade bits to put on Cadians and Tempestus Scions and stuff like that to mix in and make armies with these brand new, well, or a brand new Inquisitor and whatever the Force organization is going to be with this Redacted Codex. But that's what I'm going for. That's what I'm predicting in the summer, that Redacted Codex is going to be Agents of the Imperium, sadly not the Emperor's Children. And after that, this is when we're in the deep ocean, right? There's no bottom now. Where the hell do we go? Now, I personally think we're going to get more Space Marine Codexes coming this year, because why not, right? Space Marines are the ones that always sell, and maybe they want to ramp up sales towards Christmas. I definitely see the Blood Angel Codex dropping this year, and I'm already starting to hear some absolute fabulous rumors with the Blood Angels, new characters being redone, new units being redone, and if all these rumors do turn out to be true, then forget about the Dark Angels right there. Yesterday's news. It's all about the Sons of Sanguinius. By the blood, right? Get them all out there. So yes, I'm really, really hyped, really, really hopeful that the Blood Angels do get a fantastic release. They get some fantastic models. There's nothing more that I want than the Golden Host descending from the heavens, shouting, Horus, 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 where are you, Horus? You know, just beautiful, sparkling off their golden armor. So yeah, hopefully a big prediction that the Blood Angels will get a codex. Deathwatch, hopefully they get a codex this year as well. I absolutely love Deathwatch, but it seems like the Deathwatch is always like the naughty child on the naughty step, always there to look at, but always there to complain about, because they don't get enough. But really, what can you really give Deathwatch apart from characters. I think that's the only thing you can really give them, like watch captains and stuff like that. Yes, you can give them flying vehicles, only Death Watch can have, but I think that takes away from the Space Marine range. I want to use the Death Watch flyer in my normal Space Marine force. Why am I not allowed to do this, right? I hate when certain armies get certain vehicles that no other Space Marine can use, because it makes literally no sense for me. We should all be able to use each other's bloody equipment. So hopefully, Death Watch, they get a bunch of brand new character models, some awesome character models, which can, you know, just absolutely devastate the hordes of the Xenos filth on the battlefield. And my final big old prediction for this year, the big massive thing, is going to be the Imperial Guard. I personally think at the end of this year, we're going to get a brand new box for the Imperial Guard, a brand new codex, of course, for the Imperial Guard. But the big thing is that it's not going to be Cadians. It's going to be a brand new regiment. I want to say a brand new regiment, a regiment that we already know. It's the Krieg, right? The Krieg are going to be marching from Forge World all the way to GW in a brand new Krieg plastic range. I'm talking about like new plastic Malkador tanks and stuff like that, you know, new Krieg command squads, Death Riders, new Krieg engineers and stuff, like the entire Krieg range, or the most of the Krieg range, being brought out and put in plastic as a brand new Warhammer 40,000 range refresh. I think that this potentially could be one of the biggest selling things of this year if they do it right. Krieg are already massively popular with the Guard players. They're already massively popular as like the memes in the IP itself. So to see that range brought to life in plastic, I really do think it's going to be absolutely huge for Warhammer 40,000. I'm just hoping that GW do it right and they make the models that everyone wants and they look absolutely bloody fantastic. Anyway, Chaperoonios, that's enough waffling for me as always. If I've missed anything, if anything that you predict or anything like that, post it down below. We can have a nice little chin wag down there, as we always do. This year is going to be incredible. I just want to say thank you to everyone for last year. I put a post out about this on my community page and stuff like that, but really, you guys have done nothing but incredible things for me. Like, I am literally living my dream. Like, I say it every single day, and it's all down to each and every last one of you who watch these videos, who subscribe to me, turn up to the live streams, become members, gift members and stuff like that. I couldn't do any of this without you, and I'm eternally in your debt. You're absolutely fantastic individuals, and I thank you from all the bottom of my gene-enhanced heart. Okay, so thank you so much. You're all amazing people. And here's to a brand new 2024, bigger, more exciting, more awesome things that's going to be happening with Warhammer 40,000, kicking off at the start of this month with LVO, which of course we'll be doing a watch along with. We'll be doing more information about that in the latter parts of this month. But yeah, it's going to be a good one. Love you all. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and bye-bye.